The Minnesota Vikings are 1-4. Should be 3-2, but look to get the season back on track against the lowly 0-5 winless asshat Atlanta Falcons. I get it. Yes, the Falcons are winless. Yes, they just fired their head coach Dan Quinn and GM Thomas Dimitrov. Yes, they will maybe be without Julio Jones, who is perpetually injured. Right? We complain about Dalvin's injury history. What about Julio? Huh? And yes, they do have the 31st ranked defense in terms of yards allowed, 30th in scoring, and are basically near dead last or last in every single passing defense category. I get that, but the Vikings are the Vikings. We know this. We know this for a fact. So the Vikings are a good football team. They're much better than the record says they are. 3 losses to undefeated teams. Vikings should have beat Tennessee. They should have beat Seattle, except they couldn't get out of their own way. But just to assume that this team is going to waltz straight into the bye week at 2-4, getting ready for the Packers week 8, it's going to be mistaken, right? For a myriad of reasons, and beyond Dalvin Cook likely sitting this one out. Number one, Matt Ryan might be the most underrated quarterback of all time. And I don't say that facetiously. So 2016 MVP, 4-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, 9th on the all-time career passing yards list, won 75% of the Super Bowl, and is legit. Even at 35, he's still doing the damn thing, and he is a legit year in, year out top 6, 7-ish quarterback, and usually in the top 5. Is just extremely underrated just because of Atlanta's failings. Number 2, Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage, even without Julio, are legit receivers. Vikings cornerbacks absolutely do not get a break on Sunday. 3, the Falcons offensive line, besides left guard James Carpenter, who, by the way, they should be starting 3rd-round pick Matt Hennessy out of Temple, who I loved in the draft process, but but their offensive line is legit. Left tackle Jake Matthews and Caleb McGarry are a solid tackle duo. Alex Mack at center is the ageless wonder, still doing it. And right guard Chris Lindstrom out of Boston College is a guy that I loved in the 2018 draft, who they took 14 overall. Stud. And 4, Todd Gurley is apparently not dead. He has not ceased to be, despite all of the rumors. So last week against Carolina, a very talented young fast front 7, he put up 14 carries for a $121 and a touchdown. Plus, had a season high in terms of receiving yards. 5, Grady friggin' Jarrett. Yeah, Grady Jarrett is still one of the best defensive interior players in the league and perpetually underrated. Aaron Donald up here, Grady Jarrett might be about here, but he just never gets that love or time of day. 16 pressures and 3 sacks already a season. But also, we Vikings fans remember because he wrecked Garrett Bradbury last year, week 1. There's no other way around it. Garrett Bradbury had a PFF pass blocking grade of 0. And also, John Kaminsky, the 4th-round pick out of Charleston last year, he's bringing it on the defensive interior as well. Plus, they can get after it on the edge. Dante Fowler Jr., the former Yannick Ngakoue teammate in Jacksonville, the draft bust, as well as Tack McKinley, as well as Charles Harris, also another former draft bust. They have combined for 29 pressures and 5 sacks, so they can bring heat despite having a myriad of problems, especially on the back end of that defense due to injury and whatnot. Also, Deion Jones continues to be one of my favorite linebackers in the NFL. And also, they're under the leadership of interim head coach Raheem Morris, who been there, done that, gotten the t-shirt before. And also offensive side of the ball, Dirk Cutter has been a head coach in the league before. Plus, it's not like they're bad. Like the Falcons are basically just an exaggerated version of the Vikings, where the offense is good. They've blown leads. They've given away games against somewhat tough opponents, and it just is. It just is, right? And also Raheem Morris, remember, was the former head coach of the Bucs, who went 10-6 with Josh friggin' Freeman as his quarterback, which is, they should put his bust in Canton just for that. Right. And also, don't forget there's always an interim bump. So once the head coach gets axed, even if he's a well-liked guy, it does really step up guys to be like, oh, well, if DQ can get fired, and then I could get fired, or I could get cut, so I need to step my game up. So the Vikings are going to get the Falcons' best effort, both from the players as well as from the coaching standpoint as well. Plus, you think Raheem Morris, Dirk Cutter, if they show well the final 11 games of the Falcons season, they could maybe get a second bite at that apple and become a head coach either in Atlanta, in Morris's case, or somewhere else, right? So make all of the 20-3 jokes that you want. And we did. Right. And yes, the Falcons have already blown a 20-point lead against Dallas as well as a 16-point lead against the Bears this year. So even if the Falcons do get some sort of lead against the Vikings this week, you're like, okay, they'll just blow it, right? But don't forget, the Vikings have also blown 2 double-digit leads this season, 13 against the Seahawks, 12 against the Titans. So don't sleep on the Falcons. Do not take this team lightly. They are a mirror image of the Vikings, an extremely talented team that just has had a string of ass luck and can't close games because their coach is way too conservative. But Vikings, get this done. Even without Dalvin, you have Madison. You have the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. Cousins, it's October. Hello. Pass rush is starting to get home. It needs to get home again on Sunday. And the cornerbacks, do something. Just do something, man. But again, don't sleep on the Falcons. But your thoughts, Atlanta, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post something to Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.